Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are seeing OPENDOOR stock up by 4.22% today, all the way up to a price of 4.45. This is very good for a number of reasons. Look at that 5-day chart and look at what is slowly starting to play out. You can make a very strong argument that we're finding some consolidation at this level and things are looking very interesting for the week to come. I'll be explaining all of my personal thoughts and opinions based on what we are seeing at these levels, so if this does sound like a good video, please do make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe, it helps me out a lot. But do remember, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. Now, we might as well jump in. And if you remember in the last couple of videos, I've been saying that we're seeing something happening with this stock which is very important. And to really see this, I want to zoom out to the 6-month simple chart right here just on Google. And what I want to highlight is, yes, the massive rise that you've seen. You guys won't need me to remind you of this. Stock that's up 700+% in the last couple of months. Since literally July to now, we're up again well over 200% or more. Now this is very impressive, of course, but with a stock that does this, the question in a lot of cases, and we'll get into the specifics of this in a second, is how sustainable this is. A lot of people often see stocks like this go up like, 100, 200% in a month, and then they often come crashing down. Now what we want to see in specifically a case like this is some solid consolidation to prove the possibility of holding on to these highs. Now what I'm saying here is, and the reason why this is important is because it shows that the interest is still there, it shows that the momentum is still there, and it gives us now a solid foundation, a solid base where we've now established a new level for the stock. Now this, of course, when looking at OPENDOOR stock is particularly interesting. You guys will know that, mainly just look at the past year, right? We have not really seen levels of support at these points. We've not seen levels of support at 170, we've not seen levels of support at $3 until they were obviously crafted, as you can see. Now this, what we're seeing here, in my opinion, is actually the highest support that we have on the chart, right? We just don't have one in the last year at least, or at least the last couple of months. We just don't have a support this high. And now we're absolutely seeming to find one. You guys will know, zoom in a bit, right? We saw the stock bounce off of $4, went straight back up, which is great, and then we found a realistic support, which we're going to call around 410. Absolutely brilliant, a level that we've seen hold up here as well. So 410 appears to be holding very nicely, and if we are to see any more red action, these are my two key levels of support to watch out for. Initially 410, if we aren't able to hold on to that for any reason, $4, right? Those levels holding up will be absolutely fantastic, and if we don't, could be going lower, potentially at least as low as 350. Now, why this is a very good day and why this is a very good trend is despite losing the majority of the gains from this morning, and you can see this on the chart here, I want to highlight this if we can. Let's see if we can refresh because it doesn't appear to be loading, right? Typical when you want it. Nope, apparently not. There we go. So yeah, so we went up quite a bit more than this initially, giving back most of these gains towards the end of the day. However, still not bad, because what are we looking at? We're looking at, generally, especially when you zoom out, this, and I really want to zoom out to highlight this, right? This quick down momentum, right? Things really just flying down on the charts. Then, it gets easier, levels out a bit, because the momentum to the downside is slowing. Now we have a point where things are actually really slowing down. You can make an argument that not only they're slowing down, they're consolidating, and they are potentially moving to the upside. Now at the same time, this stock is one that carries a lot of risk, right? This has gone up hundreds of percentage points in the last month or two. This in itself is important. But I think now we have that potential of looking to bounce up to new levels that we have previously seen and then possibly onto levels that we haven't seen. Key levels to look out for next, well I think the most critical one here, and I'm going to make it very simple, is at $4.96 into $5. Bounced off it here, couldn't make it. Bounced off it here, couldn't make it. To some degree the same happened here, right? A level that we have a lot of difficulty at is into $5. A push into $5 would absolutely, in my opinion, and some consolidation above it, would absolutely be a trend change and it would show a lot more strength. Now my opinion on the stock for today and going into the next week is going to be, this is a potential turning point. Potential. Now there's still a lot of risk that comes from this point, but again, if this is a turnaround, it's a high risk, high reward point, right? Potentially for an entry. if that's what you are interested in. Very high risk, potentially very high reward. It's about seeing if this is able to continue and obviously move up into the new week. If it is, I think we've got very bullish signs, and I think things are starting to look a bit better. Time will tell, and I'll be here to update you guys on it, so I can't wait to see you in the next week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you again. Goodbye.